Okay, I botched that up. I hit the wrong tab. There's powerful tabs here that are happening. And there we go, and we're ready to play. So hang on. We'll edit that out.
Cracked windshield, take one.
You say I got a crack in my windshield.
Lisa, maybe less heartbroken. Geico lets you file a claim online, over the phone, or with their app.
That makes me want to say, stay.
Are you crying?
No, there's pollen.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Reminds me of the dumb songs I wrote back when I was a teenager. Anyway, we better not say that. I don't know who that person is, but I thought it was a funny commercial. So anyway, let's get on to the real news. If I can find it on my screen here, I know it's here somewhere. Okay, this is a really good article. I really like this one. Magic fingers, hit that one. There we go. But we got to turn this off. Oh, okay, there we go. Somebody's texting me. It's my friend Mark Graham. He's the founder of Data University, and it's worth checking out. I got a couple of videos up there. I don't know if it's datauniversity.com or .org or what, but Grambo is on LinkedIn too if you want to reach out to him. Let's see. Okay, so Evelyn Torres Gomez prides herself on being first. Okay, she's a recipient of the 24 honorees this year in Women in Technology Awards. Okay, and honorees were honored on May 18th. She said, "Everyone hopes to leave a legacy, but she aims to be first. I have a legacy. I want to make sure my family knows that we were the first women. The first women. She was the first woman? No, I think they misquoted her there. The first Hispanic woman to be in technology in our family and our first CEO. And many of first things first," said Lisa Gomez. In Dallas, we're the first woman manufacturing company here in our technology. She's making 5G antennas. And I'm going to reach out to to Evelyn. Lisa was the last commercial. I'm going to reach out to Evelyn because we're going to be in Dallas. Maybe she'll come over. Which reminds me to say, I know there's a scroller thing down there, but they're on next Monday, less than a week. Next Monday, we'll be at the DFW Hilton Bonnie and Clyde's bar in the lobby, and at 6 o'clock on Monday, over by the Bass Pro Shops, Grapevine in that area, just north of the airport. And we're going to have our first meetup in almost 2 years. 2019 was our last one. And so be there, be first. And if you're in the Dallas area, I mean, you could fly in and join us. We do have one international celebrity who's said he might attend. He happens to be not out of the country, and if you come, somebody I'm looking forward to meeting because we've talked on the phone a bunch, and he really is internationally well known and a great thinker. Anyway, we won't promote that too much because it might just be you and me and a beer. But that's fine too. That's kind of the mission of the WDMA. We come, we talk marketing or whatever else we want to talk about. Anyway, links are at the WDMA.org along with the 27th of May, along with all the article show notes every day. And we're available on Google Podcast every day too. Okay, so she said, we love feedback from our clients. The 5G antenna we designed was a collaboration between ourselves and the carriers. We took that feedback and we went to the design team and we created an antenna that supported more and more radios, which is the need for 5G. More radios on fewer towers. Yeah, and the trouble you get with anything which send and receive is the louder you shout, so the farther you go, the harder it is to hear what's going on around you because you gotta shout and you gotta hear both, and that makes it tricky. Okay, so one of the things I really liked is they asked her what changes happened since the pandemic, and she said, we're doing a lot of direct mail. And I'm going to reach out to Evelyn and ask her what she's doing. As I mentioned yesterday, I had a talk with Jeff out in San Francisco, a long talk, and he said people are calling from Silicon Valley, really, and saying we're stuck. Social's tapped out. It doesn't scale. It's true. You can get some influencers, you can get some ads at work, but it doesn't scale, and there's a funny reason why it doesn't scale. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but mail scales. Okay, mail gives you verified delivery. Mail gives you verified viewership, 100% engagement because you have to deal with it. A decision maker has to look at it because they're the only ones allowed to throw the mail out, just in case. And so it builds in a label data set. There's all kinds of reasons to use mail, and the WDMA is maybe the leading proponent in the world of why mail is the cutting edge medium right now. So anyway, here's the second one. Minuteman Press, Pete and Chuck got through the pandemic. They were founded in Richmond, Kentucky in 2014. They found organizations that had gotten some grant money to get them through, printing floor decals, signs, logos, and printed face masks and other safety products. But they also did some mail. Direct mail, okay? And not only did they sell direct mail and print direct mail, but now they're encouraging clients to resume their direct mail to get the word out that they're open. Direct mail was another key area of growth that Minuteman Press in Richmond experienced during the pandemic. Last year, direct marketing became very challenging with social distancing becoming the norm. To continue growing, we looked to direct mailings as an additional revenue stream. But in addition to that, they did their own direct mail. We decided to fully embrace direct mail. You know why? Because it works. We would encourage other businesses to utilize direct mailings as a way to connect with potential customers as they ramp up and reopen. Good article. Good words. Good words from Pete and Chuck. Okay, now, here's a good one. I saved the best for last, usually, right? And Facebook opposes a class action status for advertisers suing over potential reach. So back when we were relaunching WDMA, I thought, I know you can describe geography in Facebook. You can ask for CEOs or marketing people or whatever. So I typed in Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. And you can get really, pretty about how you do that. You can get the east end of Iowa. You can get the north part of, like, North Chicago and north. You can do Minneapolis and east. So you get the parts that would make sense if we're doing physical meetings. I'd drive to Iowa, Dubuque, maybe not Des Moines, for a meeting. And so, what did I get? 2 million potential reach or something like that. There's 2 million marketing people in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. That seemed a little hard to believe because there's only 2 million people in Wisconsin total. But a lot of them are in marketing. No, almost nobody is. And here's a picture. Your audience selection is fairly broad. Estimated size, 32 million people, right? But even paring it down, it can look really good. You say, whoa, I only need like 6 people to come and I'd be happy to go. 6 people out of 2 million, and then you keep paring it down, and we got one reaction. We didn't spend a lot of money, but just testing it. Anyway, so you may have experienced that feeling, okay? Facebook says that marketers suing the company are allegedly overestimating. Facebook says marketers that are suing the company are overestimating the potential reach of ad campaigns. I didn't do the estimating. I can't get into Facebook. I can't muddle around in there. They're doing the estimating. I mean, it's plain as the nose in your face. Okay, and they basically say advertisers don't have anything in common with each other. Each select is unique. We don't have to prove that we're right. In fact, you can't question that we're right. We're right. Our counts are our counts. I love this. So no matter what you do, you get millions of potential reach. And they basically said that because every advertiser is asking for a different request, placing a different ad on a different day in a different, whatever, then they don't have anything in common. Never mind that we could be overstating the reach in every case. For every query, we could be saying that there's triple what there really is, that we're really going to show to anybody, because you don't know if they showed it to anybody or not. You don't know. You don't know. And I'm not saying stop your social if you're making some money at it. Or maybe stop it for a couple of weeks and see if anything happens. Stop one. Maybe the other ones are doing all the work. That's called a holdout test. Very scientific. We can help you with that. Anyway, so Facebook was sued for inducing advertisers to purchase more ads and pay higher prices for them by inflating the number of users the ad could reach. Never mind what the ad did reach, right? All these numbers could be made up. And in 2017, there was a case that estimates of audience reach in every U.S. state were higher than the state's populations. So, we've been talking about digital ad fraud in terms of the mafia, in terms of the miscounting, in terms of fraud, on the part of middlemen, right? And that you can't verify whether anybody's sitting in front of the computer. But now we're talking about behind the walled garden, the biggest opportunity for fraud in the world, because they don't have to verify. When you do direct mail, so we're doing this launch of this website, 2 million piece launch, we can show you all the ads. Go looking around in them. There's a computer somewhere that will produce a list based on our select. We're going to print envelopes. We can show you pictures of the printing press printing the envelopes. Somebody's going to stand there and watch the whole thing, right? And we can timestamp some samples, right? You can also buy a tracking service that'll show you when they hit. All kinds of ways to audit it. But with this new technology, we're going to have even better validation of viewership than that. But that's a different issue. We're not going to get into that today. But anyway, the point is that it's all trackable. You get a bill from the Postal Service for the postage. They know how many pieces. We have counts per zip. It's all very tidy. Not with Facebook. Oh, give me a Facebook ad. How many do you want? How much you want to spend? That's basically all it asks. My goodness. And advertisers added an amended complaint that Facebook employees were aware of the complaints about the potential reach metric since 2015, 6 years almost, but failed to respond. Nothing to hide here, nothing to see here, just keep giving us your money. Last month, the advertisers officially asked Donato to certify the lawsuit as a class action so that all the advertisers would benefit. Facebook says, oh, every advertiser is different. And here, Facebook's fraudulent course of conduct is a common question because it is susceptible to proof through common evidence. There ought to be a way to tell. Is there? Not sure. Facebook deceived, advertisers argued in their request for class certification. Facebook deceived and continues to deceive its advertisers by providing an inflated potential reach. In addition, the potential reach metric is false and misleading because it's not based on unique people. That's another test. If you ask for CEOs in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Minnesota, and then you say, who are interested in marketing. Now, there are some who are CEOs. There are some who have a background in marketing or are, joined marketing sites. And there's an overlap. Those are the unique people. If you take the ors, that could be 2 million. If you take the ands, that could be 100,000. See how that works? Now in mail, because we mail unduplicated mailings generally, even if we have duplicates, we'll mail them later or something like that. Because we know all about that stuff. We send it through computers and check for that because we don't want to mail 16 pieces to one house. Because we know all that, we know how many unique pieces of mail are sent out. We know they get delivered, all above board. Okay? Facebook just says, well, our campaign reached stuff. The numbers we give you are not guarantees. No guarantee in digital. Okay, and I saw 3 more articles today about digital transformation. You got to do digital transformation. You got to do digital transformation. And yet, the first article today said we went back to mail. Second article said we went back to mail. We encourage more mail. We did our own mail. It's time to do mail. So Jeff in San Francisco says the number one call these days is we'd like to do some mail. And the trouble is, he said, I was going to do, maybe tomorrow I'll do, there's something about how there's just not enough skill set around. They're looking for people that can write copy out there. If you know some copywriters looking for especially if they have a direct mail background, copywriters, even in the Midwest, they said, no requirement to move these days. You can work from home. But Jeff said they're calling up and they're saying, hey, we'd like to do some mail. I don't know where they're getting that idea. Maybe from all the articles that are popping up. Maybe from the WDMA.org. If you're looking for help getting started in mail, we know a lot of printers, got a lot of great members that are printers. We got a lot of consultants that I've known for years and years and years that can help you. A lot of innovative people. Get in touch. It'll be worth your time. Or come to the meetup. Some real jobs got quoted and done from the last meetup. So it's as M. England said in my little mail out or whatever. Next Thursday, week from tomorrow, 2 p.m. Chicago time. Go to WDMA.org and register in case anything changes. It's up in the upper right, along with the Dallas one if you're in Dallas. Like and share. Thanks for watching. Your friends will know.